Okay, we're recording now. So just to introduce, we're showing you how to add your storyline slides to your Scratch trivia game. The problem is when we come home after a long day at school, we don't want to do homework. We're in school, we don't like to do tests. So our mission is to create a Scratch storyline game, a Scratch game that replaces a test, that makes taking a test or doing homework fun. Okay, so we're in the process now. After you've created your storyline in PowerPoint, we want to export your PowerPoint slides into JPEGs. And then once you exported your PowerPoint slides into JPEG, then we're going to import those JPEGs into Scratch. And you'll see, Brett, they'll see this again when someone shares their screen, so we don't need to go through it.
Okay.
Great. I just wanted to get a big picture.
Gotcha.
So Fernando, you're exactly right. What we need to do now is explain what the user has to do and then write the code that reflects those instructions. Sorry, Brett.
Oh, it's okay. So I'm just breaking this apart just so we can kind of see it separately. So we initialize, we'll bring the sprite to the front and we'll show it, and we set the costume. Then we wait till the space bar is pressed and we add that into the slide. Then we switch the costume to the second storyline slide, and then we wait until space bar is pressed again, and then the third, and then we're going to wait until space key is pressed again, and when we press the space key, we're going to broadcast, and we're going to choose a new message called Start Game.
Great. Everyone gets that? We tell the storyline, and then we broadcast the message, okay, we're ready to play the game.
And then on all the other sprites that have the green flag, we're going to disconnect the green flag, and we're going to use when I receive broadcast. So when I receive start game, so anytime you see this, we're just going to basically do that, except for on the first sprite. So now on Professor Elvis, there's one up top. Let's just look through, see if there's any other, anything in parallel, because things could execute at the same time. I don't see anything except for this. So we can disconnect this, and we will dump. Let's disconnect the comment for now. Let's see if we can. I'm not sure if we can. We can just add a new one in later. When I receive, start game. So the green flag gets replaced with start game. Then clock, same. Let's just kind of glance through the code. I only see green flag once. Let's check horizontally. I don't see any other code. So we'll connect this. When I receive, and we're going to choose start game again. And so forth. Let's see, green flag is clicked. When I receive start game. Let's just see if green flag shows up anywhere else. I don't see it. And again, these questions are likely to be the exact same code, except for they probably get broadcasted. Next question, go to the next one. So now when I receive, start game again. It's a little redundant, but so every single block of code that has this, just dump it. I think you guys get what we're doing here. We're just, instead of using the green flag to initialize the game, we're using the start game. So now everything should be okay. This one uses the green flag. And backdrops also. So we'll dump this when I receive, and we can do start game. Now, if you guys really want to be hotshot programmers, I think the proper thing to do would be to take green flag, broadcast a message, and this one message should say something like, start story or story, intro story. And rather than using the green flag for anything besides broadcasting a message, we can even make it consistent and use a received broadcast here in case we ever have to break that chain. That's probably just a little more proper.
Oh, thank you.
Now we can try this out.
I think that the backdrop, we're going to have just plain backdrops. So the first, this code doesn't make sense, Brent, in the context of the way you created the sprite.
Sure, you put it on this one.
I don't think we need any backdrops. Just keep the because the backdrops are going to be the. Well, let's play it. See what happens.
I see what you're saying because okay, so we're gonna eliminate this.
Right. Right.
Okay. No, I don't even think we need to experiment with that.
Yeah.
We can just disconnect this, switch to DIY backdrop. So in start game, I'm assuming we can just skip immediately to DIY backdrop.
Brent,
Yes.
it's because I don't have my PowerPoint because I have not given to the class.
No worries, Montserrat. We'll work around that. As soon as we finish introducing this, we'll either start a new PowerPoint lab book.
Oh, intro.
I don't think we need the got smarts at all. We just need to go right into your storyline.
Gotcha. So there's no BI. Why I got okay.
Yeah, just throw all of this away. I think we'll be fine.
What happened to the? Oh, I think I accidentally deleted. Somehow I deleted the sprite with the storyline. How did I do that? File, edit, restore sprite. Okay, there we go. So, okay. I don't know what I did there, John. Sorry about that. So let's dump these. Okay, so the backdrop has no code on it now. So intro, when I click the green flag, broadcast intro, and then when I receive intro, we'll do that code. The only reason I'm thinking this is in case we ever want to change, if we want to add like anything before the storyline, rather than needing to disconnect the green flag anywhere or intercept, any other messages, we can just go straight to a single block with the green flag, and we can disconnect. So here's the game. I'm pressing the space bar to continue. Professor Elvis is eager to get started, so let's see what happened there. Professor Elvis, when I receive start game is the only time you should do this. On this, green flag, intro story, start game doesn't happen into the bottom. Disconnect that, troubleshoot. Okay, so this is on the third. Okay, perfect. So this is working. Oh, we should put a wait 1 second. It's executing so fast.
Great.
So guys, you see what's happening? When I press the space bar, it's going from the first slide all the way to the last one.
So wait is a dangerous thing because you could hold your space bar down for more than a second.
Well, this is. Oh, I see what you're saying. Wait until it's not pressed.
Yeah. Proper way, I think, to do that.
That makes perfect sense. So what John's saying is you don't know how long someone's going to hold in the space bar. So there's a command called not, which just means opposite. So wait until not spacebar pressed just means when someone lets go of the spacebar. So if I go to sensing and I choose when key space is pressed, it's the same thing as this, except for now it has a green not in it. And let me duplicate that. So we're going to use this after every space key pressed. We'll also put in the not one. So I started the game over. When I press space, it goes to the next one. Now it's on slide 2. I press it again. Now I'm on slide 3. I press it again. I have to hide it. That's the one thing I forgot. So look the code has to hide this before we broadcast start game. So again, I'll tab through that. And now it has launched. Okay, and let's see. So as soon as I did that, Professor Elvis doesn't show up immediately. So the reason why it's 10 is, wait 1 second.
Elvis.
So it's right here. It's this part. Wait until spacebar is pressed.
We can just take that out. Because we already get that.
Let's see.
Don't worry, guys. There's a lot going on here. We'll guide you through this again.
Step by step.
Yeah.
So when start game is received, it will just show it. Actually, yeah, this should be okay since it's in that order. So let's stop this. 1, 2, 3. Elvis is there, and Elvis is going to ask us the question, and now we're ready for the game. Let's just run through it once, make sure all the code works. Looks like it's working. 2 times 3 is 6. And let's get one wrong, which
Okay.
okay, so the game is working. Okay, so I can ditch this code. Actually I'll leave it here so you guys know what we took out as a reference. So basically, just to recap, anytime we saw the green flag, we said start game received. So we just switched the green flag to a message on all these. We added in a new sprite, and the new sprite has this code. And what I'll do is I'll screenshot this too, and I'll put this in the chat box. So as someone's sharing, if you want to see this code at the same time, it will be in there. And let's see. I'm gonna share this file too. So
Great. Okay. Guys, that was a lot to remember. Give us some feedback. Do you understand the general principle of what Brent is doing?
Yes.
Okay, good. Alfredo, do you get the general principle?
Yes.
Okay, good. We're all in line. Now, Montserrat, I know we need to help you get your PowerPoint lab book up.
This number of persons.
Let's try to get everyone going, first of all.
And the letter number 90.
So,
The alphabet is J.
on your own time, you can create a storyline, right? Much like Fernando did, or Diego. You got to figure out how to write some copy in it that introduces a question or a test, right? The Three Little Pigs storyline. If you want to use that as a storyline, try to figure out how at the end of the storyline you can challenge someone to see how smart they are, to see if they can answer the question.
I erased it. I don't know how.
Okay. So, Montserrat, don't worry if you erase your PowerPoint lab book. It's okay. We can easily recover. Easily create a new storyline. Okay. Would someone like to share their screen and we'll guide you through entering your storyline, much like Brent did? Anyone like to share their screen?
I'm working on that. Then
Yeah.
our screen of scratch.
Diego, is that you, Diego?
Yes, but my question is our screen of scratch.
We were gonna import your PowerPoint slides to Scratch, correct?
Okay, I'm going to.
But we can show you how to do that if you'd like to share your screen.
No.
Who would like to share their screen so we can guide you through this? All of you who have a,
John, I'm working on the story.
okay.
Me too.
All right. If you'd like to continue working on your story, that's fine. Shall we spend the rest of the class working on your story before we import the slides into Scratch?
If you want to.
Okay, that makes sense. Montserrat, while they're writing their storylines, do you like to share your screen and we'll help you create 3 slides, 2 or 3 slides that you could put into the Scratch project? Montserrat, would you like to share your screen? Your microphone is muted. I'll unmute you. Montserrat, can we help you? If you'd like to share your screen, we'll show you how to create a really quick PowerPoint lab book, and then we'll show you how to export those slides, storyline slides.
Yes.
Okay, great, Montserrat. Okay, let's first of all launch PowerPoint. We'll start a brand new PowerPoint lab book. Great, new. Good. It's good to start with a blank layout rather than, but all right, that's fine, good enough. Okay, let's just create, say, once upon a time, just put text here, it'll be a place mark, yep. Once upon a time, that's your first storyline. Once, upon, U-P-O-N, a time, once upon a time. There lived, once upon a time there lived. What, do you remember the character that you made? What was your character like?
It was a monster.
There lived a really smart monster. Once upon a time, there lived a really smart monster. Okay? There lived a really smart monster. A really smart monster. A really smart monster. I love the way you spell Montserrat. It's very creative, and it is exactly the way you pronounce the word. Really is the way really should be spelled. Once upon a time, there lived a really smart monster. I'm the world's worst speller, Montserrat, and I brag about that because I think when you spell exactly right, it's a sign that you lack creativity. Okay, the really smart monster. Okay, and then at the bottom, let's say hit spacebar. At the bottom, let's write a new text, a new slide. I mean, excuse me, yeah, press spacebar to continue. Just hit spacebar. Hit spacebar. Right?
What's this?
Oh, okay, don't worry, we'll leave this out for now. We're just going to show the process. Okay, let's go. Let's add a quick picture to this. So let's go to insert picture. We're just going to add a picture from the PowerPoint. Yep. Imogen. And then from the Galería de Imágenes. Okay, okay. I guess you don't have that library. Okay, so let's go to Google and put a monster in here. Let's find Google. Click on monster, or type monster. M-O-N-S-T-E-R. Oh, you got it. Monstruo. Good. Okay, just pick any monster real quick. How about the red one with the googly eyes? Okay, right. Any monster real quick. Great, that's cool. Okay, right click on that. Copy image, go back to your PowerPoint. You know how to do this, Montserrat. And then paste. Estupendo. And then shrink it. Okay, you got the idea. Once upon a time, there lived a really smart monster. Okay, now let's do a copy slide. Yep, okay, good. See, when you do copy slide that way, unless you create a blank slide, you're going to copy that text every time. And that text is still really there, even though it looks like it's deleted. Okay, so now let's write a text box that said, I'm going to help you. You can rewrite this storyline, Montserrat, in your own words, but do you think you're smarter than the monster? What if we do that storyline? This is an entry. Once upon a time, there lived a really smart monster. Do you think you're smarter than the monster? What do you think? Is that a good sequence to the story? Or what would you say, Montserrat? Yo, are you smarter than the monster?
Sorry, I was with the microphone.
Yo.
Surely she is. She's very smart.
I think you're right, Lula. You think you're smarter than the monster? Well, that's your storyline. Does that make sense, Montserrat?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Brent, just do you think we can we'll use this monster in Montserrat's storyline. We need to make the background transparent. Would you recommend doing that in, I think in Scratch we might be able to do that. I don't know if we turn this into I think we can do this in Scratch, I'm pretty sure. We'll try it.
I think we can do it in both. In Scratch, you can paint transparent, and in PowerPoint, you should be able to set a transparent color. I've never tried to save it as a PNG after doing that, but I assume PowerPoint will honor that filter.
Yeah.
I think it usually includes filters when you export.
Okay. So let's imagine, Montserrat, that these are your two storyline slides. So guys, everyone, once you get this in your lab book, 2 or 3 slides that introduce your test, your game test.
I think this is the gallery of images.
Sorry? Sorry, Montserrat?
But I think that I have the gallery here.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. We'll use this monster. It's cool, don't you think?
Yes.
We don't need it, the gallery. This is much cooler than you could get in the PowerPoint gallery. So we want to save this monster as, because we're going to use it in your Scratch game. So let's go to the first slide. Right click on the monster, right click, and save as. Right click on it. Whoop. Yeah, right click on and guardar como imagen PNG. Good, okay, good. and then and it's going to be in your images folder. So let's put this just like Brent. Let's make it one file folder that you know where to go next week, so you won't lose this. Where do you want to put it in images, or do you want to create your own? Yeah.
I have
So,
one
where do you put your files?
here.
Okay. Okay. Let's put it there. All right. So you probably have a lot of files there, but so you have no title. Remember, Brent said make your file names. So let's call this monster instead of sin titulo, monster.png. .png.
It's
PNG.
with black magic.
PNG. Monster.png. Good. Thank you, Brent. Okay.
You're welcome.
Guardar. Perfecto. Okay. Now let's remember how Brent did file save as. So we want to go up to PowerPoint Archivo. Yep. Guardar como. Okay, now you're in your proper file folder. So let's call this game. Game. Okay, good. Guardar. Okay, let's do it again because it didn't show all slides. Let's do it once more, Montserrat. Archivo, guardar como, and only click one at a time now. Guardar. Save.
I don't think I think we have to choose a different format first.
Oh, right. Right. We didn't. Right. That's it.
Cancel.
Cancel.
And then click right here.
Yep. Sorry, Brent. I missed that.
Oh, no worries. No worries. And then we want to choose JPEG for background images. That'll be the smallest.
One up. Yep. So now we're going to save your 2 slides as JPEGs. Good catch, Brent. Aceptar. Okay. I don't see that it says all slides.
There's also Archivo, Guardar como, like images. So there's like a third option after Guardar como.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So
let's try that.
that might.
Yeah. Sorry, Montserrat. My fault. Again, archivo, guardar como imágenes. No. Guardar como imágenes. Try that. Okay, format.
Okay, this looks the same. It just has JPEG. I would say we should look in the folder just to see what got saved. Because it might be that they all automatically export.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, no, let's just click guardar and then let's go to your folder and see what's there.
It says that it already exists.
Oh, okay, so you're all, so cancel. Okay, so next week we'll continue, but just to be sure, let's go into your folder, go into the folder where you save your files, and let's make sure your monster and your 2 storyline slides are there. So guys, this is what you need to do for the week. Create 2 or 3 PowerPoint slides that introduce your game test. And then export them into JPEGs, and next week we'll show you how to import them into Scratch.
John,
Yes.
can I show you my storyline?
Sure. Okay, before we go. Thank you, Montserrat. Good work.
And I can get out of the
Next week we'll know exactly where to start, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Like if you can stop sharing, Montserrat, great. Okay, Fernando, you're up.
So
Guys, take a look at what Fernando's doing because this is a really great example.
it's a little bit long, you know.
That's all right.
So here it says, once upon a time there was a dragon that was pretty smart.
Yeah.
He lived in a place where anyone knew the name. So he always asked people if anyone knew the name where they were. If they didn't know, the dragon would eat them. Many people disappeared, so a man investigated a lot. He took equipment and he was ready, so he went to explore all the places in the world because anyone lived to tell where the dragon lived. He was exploring in the west of Australia when suddenly he saw a cave. He saw a red tail, but he was not sure if to smile or be scared. He walked and found the dragon behind those mixed rocks.
Wow.
The dragon looked at him to the eyes. He was already tasting him. Do you know where are you? Yes, we are in JFBHEQUF. What? How did you know the name? Studying, maybe. But how could you know the name? Anyone lives to tell the name. Wait, I don't know. I'm not pretty sure how to tell that number.
Wow.
One.
These are the numbers that correspond to the letters. Wow, that's a really.
So well, basically that's the number
Yep.
of people he has eaten, and it says it is the total of people you have eaten. So I counted the number of letters in the alphabet. The letter J is the number 10, the F is the number 6, the B is the number 2, the H is the number 8, the E is the number 5, the Q is the number 17, the U is 21, and the F is 6.
Yeah.
So now here it says, okay, if you are, I will write R. If you are as smart as me, then go with the master teacher. Where can I find him? If you are so smart, I think you can guess. And well, that's the number.
Excellent.
And those are the coordinates of the name master teacher, with also the number of the letters.
Wow. Wow. Very, very clever. This is a ingenious game, Fernando, and really test your ability to understand relationships between letters and numbers. Very, very interesting. This is
During the week, I will pass my storyline to the scratch.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay, Your Honor.
In my scratch, I've got the teacher, so that's why I put it the master teacher.
Okay, it's good to be a master at anything. Nice, Fernando. Well done. Okay, guys, so you can be as creative as Fernando. You don't have to do the traditional multiple choice test that you always see. Fernando's game is much, much more interesting. So you're taking this in a direction that I didn't expect, Fernando, but I love it. Very nice.
Like, I was just thinking, what could I put? And, I was like, oh, this is a good idea. Like, it was difficult because I needed to write all the letters in the alphabet in a page.
Yeah.
And then put the numbers of each letter.
Yeah.
And count, this letter is this number, this letter is this number.
You had to work very hard to put that storyline together. See that. Okay. All right, guys, we got some guys waiting for the next class. So see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Great.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Brent.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Sharing, Brent.